hindi naman siya alarming. Kumbaga, it's not too low, it's not high. Are we on the right track? Or dapat ba medyo i-increase natin o ibaba pa natin to 1 or 1.5?
For us, it's not alarming at all because we have the concept of population momentum because of the high population growth rate in the past. Isipin natin na para siyang sasakyan na tumatakbo ng mabilis na mabilis. Pag po ba nag-brake tayo, titigil ba agad yung sasakyan? Di ba? Hindi po. So, ganun din yung population natin dahil mataas ang population growth rate natin in the past.
Yeah.
So, mas maraming Pilipinong pinapanganak. So, there are potential na mag-add sa population. So our absolute numbers will continue to grow. But in 2027, we will be considered as aging because 7% of our population, 65 and over, will compose yung ating bilang dito sa bansa. So we'll be considered aging actually next year in 2027.
Oh, so kailangan by next year, medyo dapat may catch up na? Ganun ba yun?
Yes po, actually now pa lang,
Now pa
dapat
lang.
we are investing na. We see aging, ang active and healthy aging starts with a life course approach na nagsastart po talaga siya sa health and nutrition ng mga bata hanggang sa paglaki nila para maging active and healthy aging sila. And CPD is calling na kailangan ngayon pa lang mag-invest na po tayo no, sa mga services ng ating mga older persons kasi magiging mas madami na sila. And yun nga po, we will be considered aging as 7% of our population.
Okay.
Will be 65 and over. Pero mas marami pa rin naman po yung working age.
So ma'am, sinasabi niyo na nga po ngayon pa lang mag-invest na tayo, no? Saan po particular na aspeto po tayo mag-invest? And ano po yung meron po ba tayong long-term strategy na paghahanda para po halimbawa kung di talaga mapigilan itong pagbaba lalo ng fertility rate natin at pagbaba ng ating populasyon, ano po yung kumbaga safeguards po natin?
Una muna po, no, kahit na historic yung 1.7 declining fertility rate natin, the usual suspects still remain. So fertility is significantly higher pa rin among poorer households with 2.8 children on average
2.8?
versus those in the richest, 2.8 versus those in the richest quintile according to the NDHS at 1.1. Ibig sabihin, women with lower socioeconomic levels are still having more children. And those with lower education levels still exhibit mas higher talaga yung fertility pa rin. So, the inequality still persists. So, sa amin, ang ating kampanya and call is that population and reproductive health strategies kailangan pa rin ituloy natin kasi andun pa din yung usual suspects. So we dream that in the future, kahit 1.7 yung average, those among poorer households and those with lower education will still have lesser children and will have the number of children when they desire, when they want it.